I've been very proud of being part of the Tata family, and I look forward to working with all the group entities, bringing the group together, work together with all the business leaders in the group to drive a lot of discipline on capital allocation and shareholder returns.
It's a very great day today.
Wish him all the best for leadership in the largest group in the country.
उन्हें बहुत शुभकामनाएं देते हैं इस अवसर मौके पे और बहुत बधाई and best of luck.
It's a great day for corporate India. Chandra is very confident. He's very excited as well to take all the challenges head on. You must not forget that he comes extremely well prepared for this role. He's been one of the biggest value creators for the group. He's very clear about his priorities and what he needs to do over the next 90 days, over the next year and over the next 5 years.
Well, the Tatas will lead, not follow. That is the clear message from the new man at the helm, the new chairman, N. Chandrasekaran, as he takes over India's largest conglomerate. Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us on this special show here on CNBC TV 18. I'm Shireen Bhan. It is the dawn of a new era at India's largest conglomerate. N. Chandrasekaran has become the 7th chairman of Tata Sons, the first non-Tata family member to lead the $100 billion group. Now, Chandra's day did not begin at Bombay House. Instead, it began at a municipal school in Mumbai's Worli Seaface, where he cast his vote in the civic body polls. He was among the early voters, and then he headed to the TCS headquarters, which has been his office for the last 3 decades. The next stop was Bombay House. Chandra delivered a clear message on his very first day in office. I quote, "The Tatas will lead and not follow in every industry." He was also quick to spot the capital allocation will be his #1 priority as the chairman. Outgoing chairman Ratan Tata called it a great day for the Tata Group, and right after taking charge, Chandra chaired his first board meeting as the chairman of Tata Sons.
It's a great honor and privilege for me to assume this responsibility as the Tata Group reaches its 150th anniversary. I've been very proud of being part of the Tata family, and I look forward to working with all the group entities, bringing the group together to make an impact both in terms of business and also in terms of the society at large. And our group companies have historically shown tremendous spirit in terms of pioneering and leadership. We will work together to deliver business performance which are industry leading in all our businesses, and lead and not follow. And the group is the hearts and minds of people all over India and all over the globe. I will always keep that in mind and do everything we need to do to delight all the people who are proud of the group. And we'll work together with all the business leaders in the group to drive a lot of discipline on capital allocation and shareholder returns. And thank you. I look forward to the opportunity to serve the group in this new role for the years to come, and seek support from everyone so that we can collectively make it happen.
Well, that's N. Chandrasekaran there taking over at Bombay House. As Chandra assumed office, Ratan Tata's second innings at Tata Sons has come to a close. In a statement, Ratan Tata said, and I quote, "I welcome Chandra, who successfully displayed his leadership in his career at Tata Consultancy Services. I'm sure he will bring considerable value to his leadership role in the Tata Group in the years ahead." End of quote. In fact, staying with reactions coming in from the board of Tata Sons, Chandra was the best choice. It was a no-brainer. These are just some of the words from board members of Tata Sons who met for the first time with Chandra as chairman. They're optimistic that he is the right man at the right place at the right time.
What do you think are the key areas that...
What will be the I am not going to give Chandra any advice. He knows what he has to do.
What do you think Chandra brings to the table?
नहीं, हम उन्हें बहुत शुभकामनाएं देते हैं इस अवसर मौके पे और बहुत बधाई and best of luck.
Thank you so much, Amrit, for speaking to us. A very quick question. What do you think as Chandra takes over? You've spoken to him, you've had a sense of what lies ahead. What are your words of congratulations, A? And what do you think lies ahead as Chandra takes over?
I think, first of all, it's a great day for corporate India. You know, for someone from such a humble background to rise to head not only India but also one of the world's largest conglomerates shows that the world and particularly India has moved to a place where through sheer dint of hard work and determination people can really rise to the top. That you don't have to necessarily be from a great family. It's just your effort and your capability that can get you to the top. So I think that in itself is a great moment, and it's something that is a symbol that everyone out there should take and aspire for. So I think that that first of all is something that I think is something that I particularly cherish today. Your second part.
My second question was as far as the road ahead is concerned. I know you don't want to get into the specifics, but what do you think would be the top key priorities? And you know the Tata Group, and you've been very closely associated. You've been hearing the rumors, the issues, speculation. Tata Group has seen a lot over the last few months. You think Chandra is confident enough to be able to ride through the turmoil over the last few months?
No, I think Chandra is very confident. He's very excited as well to take all the challenges head on. You must not forget that he comes extremely well prepared for this role. He's been one of the biggest value creators for the group. He's created tens of billions.
I would only say we welcome Chandra, and we will only hope that his Midas touch, which we all saw in TCS, holds true for the group too, and we see more success, more stakeholders gains. And we will hope that the group will go from strength to strength.
So talking about the focus areas, according to you, what would be the 3 top priorities which you would want the new chairman to address?
It's not fair for me to create a sort of agenda for him. I'm sure he has those agenda from senior stakeholders.
Well, board members, colleagues, they're congratulating Chandra on his new innings. Well, they say for an honest and a real assessment, you should always talk to a competitor. In this case, a former competitor. So Shiv Senapati, former CFO of Wipro, joins us here. Mr. Senapati, many thanks for joining us. Well, it's also a big day for the Indian IT industry because one of your peers is now moving to India's largest conglomerate as the chief of Tata Sons. What do you make of Chandra's elevation?
No, excellent. I think I am very personally delighted because I have known him for years now. Though he has been a competitor for us, I think we have worked together in multiple areas of collaboration, whether in India, globally, in multiple other countries. The kind of leadership he has shown to TCS and the results that he has delivered since he took over is very, very stellar. I think nothing could have been a better choice for Tata Sons than what they did with Chandra. And clearly, the astounding leadership that he will provide, and he has been. I'm sure there's a lot of excitement to come with his leadership in Tata Sons.
You know, Mr. Senapati, we've been talking to Tata insiders, and they say that he's execution-oriented, he has the Midas touch, he has the right amount of aggression, which is what has helped take the TCS story from where it was when he took over to where it is today. As a competitor, what would you say is the Chandra magic?
No, clearly, Chandra magic is he's very liked by the customers, and the customers trust him, and therefore it is always difficult to win when Chandra has already touched that particular account in some form or the other. He knows what the customers look for, and therefore his ability to precisely address what the customer is looking, and therefore winning has been great. So he has been a very constructive and tough competitor for us, and he has done very well.
Any specific anecdote that you can share with us, Mr. Senapati?
No, many. I don't think I should share that in the public platform like this. I think there are quite a few that I have experienced and many of my colleagues in Wipro have experienced. Something that we are about to win, but Chandra has gone and we have not got it, or it has got delayed. So it does work, while I think some of the reverse would have. But I think, more than that, the leadership, the wisdom. He's a guy who can fold his sleeves and work, and is a guy who provides leadership and a guy who provides wisdom, and a fit person by himself. I think this particular job requires a lot of wisdom rather than hands-on work. And from that point of view, the transformation that he can bring into himself and to his stature will do a great good for the group as a whole.
Let me end then by asking you, Mr. Senapati, though I would have liked to get some stories out of you, but let me end then by asking you, as Chandra has pointed out, capital allocation, returns to shareholders, these are going to be priority areas that he's going to work on. As you look at the Tata Group today, and as a former CFO of Wipro, what do you believe will be the key challenges for him?
No, clearly, I mean, he operates on a basket of portfolios, some delivering fantastic results, some requires some kind of a refurbish, some requires a little motivation. At the end of the day, is the people who deliver. And he's a guy to be able to get people rally around him and the goal that he set. That makes the biggest factor. Yes, I think those issues of capital allocation, current performance, past performance, macroeconomics does matter, but there is nothing called no answer to every problem. And he's a guy to be able to know where the problem lies and to be able to get people motivated around solving them. And I'm very confident that he does it. And to us, people who know him and being a successful leader in the IT industry, we feel very proud.
Well, it is a proud day indeed. Suresh Senapati, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you very much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18. And as Chandra took charge at Bombay House, R. Gopinathan assumed office as the new CEO of India's largest IT company, TCS. I caught up with both Chandra and Rajesh just last week and asked them about this change and the new innings. Take a look. Rajesh, when I asked you what was Chandra's handing over note to you, he said keep smiling. But I'm sure he said a lot more beyond that. Now, what would be the big problem areas that you would watch out for at this point in time as you start the new innings?
Sure, I'm actually focused on the opportunity. As I said, we are at an inflection point.
He's trained you well, no?
At an inflection point, amazing new stuff that's happening. I was commenting somewhere else that IT is moving away from being a cost center to a profit center, and that's what you're seeing every industry exploit. So the space that was available to us is constantly expanding, a huge opportunity, and that's where the excitement is.
Okay. I know I'm not supposed to ask you any Tata Sons questions, so let me end by asking you 21st, nervous, excited, looking forward to this new innings?
Yeah, I think, frankly, I think it's a very big job, and but the canvas is large, and there are a lot of exciting things to do, and there are challenges and opportunities. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope I can make an impact and make a difference.
Well, that's the new boss at Tata Sons. Let's get in more reactions. Former Infosys CFO V. Balakrishnan also joins us. Bala, I was just trying to get Suresh Senapati to share with us any anecdotes that he may have. All he told us is that Chandra's powers of persuasion are nothing to be scoffed at. If he was talking to a client, in all probability, the client would go TCS's way. What's your experience at Infosys been like dealing with Chandra as a competitor? And as far as his new innings are concerned, big day and big shoes for him to fill as well.
Chandra, my experience is he's a very down-to-earth person. He's able to connect with people very easily. Of course, in the marketplace, he competes like anything. But when we meet personally, it is more like friends. So Chandra is the right man for the right job. He brings it to him a lot of experience, maturity, and of course the Midas touch. He had delivered in TCS. He had done wonderfully in TCS. Hopefully he will do it for the whole group now.
Yes, that is the hope, that he'll be able to replicate the magic that he brought in at TCS across the Tata Group. But how do you explain the magic? I asked that of Shiv Senapati as well, Bala. How do you explain the Chandra magic?
See, there are very few people who can think 30,000 feet and ground level at the same time. You need to be very hands-on, but you also need to have the macro picture in mind. So there are very few people I met who had got the ability to look at both, and Chandra is one of them.
Okay, as you see the road ahead for Chandra, and I think he's made it very clear what his priorities are going to be, return to shareholders, return on capital employed, capital allocation or better capital allocation, and so on and so forth. His parting gift, of course, is the buyback there for TCS. But given what we've heard so far from Chandra and what he's been able to do at TCS, what do you expect his first few steps to be?
No, he very clearly said his whole focus is going to be on how to enhance shareholders' value for the whole group. Of course, his parting gift in TCS is the first step towards it, because he had rewarded all the TCS shareholders who had put faith with him in the last few years and rewarded them handsomely. So I think the whole Tata Group shareholders can look for good enhancement in shareholder value, with Chandra being there now.
Well, that is the hope there as far as the Tata Group is concerned. Bala, appreciate you joining us here with your take on N. Chandrasekaran taking over the top job at Tata Sons.